Hey to all my funky drummers out there, it's Rob Litton from drumstheword.com bringing you another free video drum lesson. In honour of the great Clyde Stubblefield, who sadly passed away a few days ago, I'm going to teach you how to play the drum beat from the song Funky Drummer, but not the drum beat you're thinking, not the famous hip-hop breakbeat section that hundreds of other drummers have taught, including myself. I've got the full transcription of that drum beat in one of my free ebooks, which you get from signing up to become a member at drumstheword.com, so think about that. But today I'm going to show you the actual drum beat from the beginning of the song, the variations that occur before that famous drum beat, which I don't see anyone else teaching, and actually are really, really cool drum beats in themselves. A lot of fun, a lot of syncopation involved. So that's what I'm going to do today. There's a free PDF that comes with this lesson, so don't forget to download this free PDF that comes with this lesson. There's a link beneath this video. Have that out in front of you. I'm going to teach you two different versions of the drum beat that occur in this song. There's two different versions that sort of pop out to me. So I'm going to show you both of those versions. The first one occurs at 40 seconds into the song, and I've written drum beat settles down around 40 seconds. So Clyde, at the beginning of the song, is improvising all over the place with his bass drum and snare drum, still keeping the groove going, still keeping those 16th notes on the hi-hat going, but playing around with the bass drum. And around 40 seconds into the song, he sort of settles down into a drum beat, into a groove that he plays for the majority of the next minute or so of the song. So this is the first drum beat that sort of jumps out at me. So like I said, we're playing 16th notes on the hi-hat, 1 E and a 2 E and here's our tempo, it's 94 BPM. So it's not particularly fast, but because we're playing 16th notes and he's definitely playing it one-handed, for 5 minutes, this is an amazing feat of endurance. Just playing this for 30 seconds makes my right hand ache. I don't know how he played 16th notes like that all the way through the song. He must have a different technique to me. I'm trying to keep the stick loose, and I'm just tapping it with my wrist. There's nothing complicated going on there. I'm just playing lightly so not to knacker myself out too early. But even that becomes knackering after about 30 seconds a minute. So I don't know how he did it. Amazing drummer, and certainly one of his greatest pieces of playing this entire song. Anyway, the drum beat. 60 notes on the hi-hat. And we've got our snare drum backbeat on beats 2 and 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a counting 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. But to make this extra funky, the first thing that Clyde does is he doesn't play the downbeat on beat 1 or on beat 3. So we're always sort of up in the air, especially with this extra snare drum note, which I'll show you in a second. So notice there's no bass drum on beat 1. We actually come in with the first bass drum on the and of beat 1. 1 E and 2. 1 E and a 2. The second bass drum, funky as it is, comes in on the E of 2. 1 E and 2 E. So sort of after that snare drum, the 16th note afterwards, 2 E and we get a bass drum. And then sort of to emphasise the funkiness of it, we've got an extra snare drum note on the of beat 2. So look from the beginning of the bar, 1 E and 2 E and a 3. And we're going to beat 3, we're not stating the downbeat with the bass drum, we're keeping it up in the air. So that snare drum on the of beat 2 really sort of pushes you up. 1 E and 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a. As you can see, the second half of the bar is exactly the same as the first half of the bar. 1 E and 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1 and 2, 3. 1. 3. You can see the downbeat isn't emphasised at all, it's sort of kept up in the air, which makes it really cool. The final thing about this drum beat I want to point out to you is the way that Clyde uses a bit of dynamics. The snare drum backbeats on beats 2 and 4 play sort of normal volume, but the snare drums on the of 2 and the of 4, you can see they've got little accents above them. They're played louder to sort of go with the den den da da den da den da da den den da da da. Da, da, da. That part there, I think it goes with the trumpets. He plays it a little bit louder. So the final thing is to play like this. And I'm playing that louder snare drum note as a rim shot, centre of the snare drum and edge of the snare. I'm not making it too loud because it's not a rock song, but certainly I'm using the rim of the snare drum to make that a rim shot and make it slightly louder. Sort of up to speed. 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and 2 E a 3 and 4 E a 1 and 2 a 3 and 4 a 1 and 2 a 3 and 4. it wasn't hurting that much, but I'm certainly sort of getting a little bit worried there. I was getting tired, so imagine doing 5 minutes of that. And then the second thing I want to show you in this lesson is the second drum beat that I hear, and it occurs around 2 minutes, 8 seconds into the song. So Clyde then starts to use the open hi-hat, which then features in the actual drum break hip-hop thing that occurs around 5 minutes. It's sort of, what I've noticed with this song is that he's building up the complexity of the drum beat. He actually starts playing the drum break before James Brown gives him the 30 seconds of the drum beat on his own. He's actually, in the background, he's actually sort of building up the complexity of the beat, and by the time we get to the drum break, around 5 minutes, the drum beat's already there, it's just quieter in the background. But anyway, this open hi-hat thing is sort of an introduction to where it's going. So it's the same drum beat, except we're leaving out that bass drum on the E of beat 2 and the E of beat 4. And instead, with those two bass drums, we're just opening the hi-hat quickly on the E of beat 2 and the E of beat 4, and it closes on the next 16th note later on the ands. So we get 2 E and a, 2 E and a, and 4 E and a. So it's a quick 16th note opening. There's also a little bit of extra subtleness going on there. I'm sure Clyde is sort of stepping the hi-hat a little bit. He's sort of playing around with his hi-hat foot as well, but we're not going to go into that. It's not necessary. But just be aware that I'm also aware of that. There's definitely some stepping going on in there. But this is the basic drum beat. He's playing 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and 4 E and a, 1 E and 2 E and a, 3 E and 4 E and a, 1 E and. That sounds horrible. That's what I mean about a great drummer like Clyde. Makes it sound so easy. I thought when I was going to record this lesson, this would be relatively simple for me to play. It's not. It's surprisingly difficult, and it's really hard to make it sound groovy. To play it itself, okay, not that difficult, but to make it sound nice, like it does on the recording, I'm not there. Perhaps never will be. It's sort of a feel thing that I can't replicate. So we've got the first drum beat. And then the second drum beat. And that's basically the two drum beats that I hear occurring just before that drum break. So don't forget to download the free PDF that came with this lesson. If you've got any questions about it, you can email me, rob@drumstheword.com, or contact me through my Facebook page or Twitter. And also I want to promote my website, drumstheword.com. If you visit my website, you see a little video of me explaining exactly what you get when you sign up to become a member. It's $97 for a year subscription, and what you get for that is you get access to over 200 full song lessons. Not just these little ones, but full lessons. I teach you for a song from start to finish. The fully transcribed drum chart comes with each of the video lessons. And like I said, I've got 200 famous songs already uploaded on the website, plus a load of freebies, including that free drum ebook, which I mentioned at the beginning of the lesson, which you get for free just for signing up. I think it features like 100 famous drum beats or something, and one of these is the funky drummer break. And then over the year of your subscription, you also get access to all the new material I release for my members. Instant access online. I think it's a real bargain, but check out my website if you've got any questions about it, or email me, of course, rob@drumstheword.com. Hope you've had fun with this. Until next time, happy drumming to you.